Hello and welcome to the orientation for the Graduate Certificate in Clinical and Translational Science. I'm Hannah Knutson, and I am the Director of Graduate Studies for the Certificate Program. This orientation is going to cover 4 topics. I'll share with you the main goals of the Certificate Program, the courses that make up the core curriculum, how to register for courses, and then how to receive the certificate on your official transcript. At its core, the certificate program seeks to facilitate your professional development. More specifically, it will help you to increase your knowledge about the methods of clinical and translational science, research ethics, and biostatistics. The certificate program also will help you to develop your skills in designing research, writing grants, how to ethically conduct research, and how to analyze your data. With this knowledge and these skills, you will become more competitive when seeking grant funding, and you will also be in a stronger position to develop your program of research. To reach these goals, there are 3 essential elements of the certificate program. First is the core curriculum. These are the courses that are taught by faculty from the Department of Behavioral Science. Second is research mentorship. It is essential for you to identify a faculty research mentor who has the content expertise directly related to your research. Typically, your mentor would be a faculty member in your home department or college. And then the third element is the Center for Clinical and Translational Science, or CCTS, at UK. The CCTS can connect you with research experts as well as resources provided by its various cores. The CCTS may also have funding for pilot studies, so I strongly encourage you to check out their website at ccts.uky.edu. So let's talk about the core curriculum. It consists of 6 courses. BSc 731 is Methods and Technologies in Clinical and Translational Science. It's going to teach you about a variety of different research methods that can be applied to research questions in the field of clinical and translational science. But BSc 732 is Interdisciplinary Protocol Development. It builds upon BSc 731 in that you will continue to work towards developing a grant application. So you'll take one of the research methods you learned about in 731 and further development into a small NIH-style grant application. BSc 733 is the Seminar in Clinical and Translational Science. It's just a 1-credit course. And then BSc 534 is Ethics and Responsibility in Clinical Research. BSc 625 is Fundamentals of Biostatistics for Clinical and Translational Research. And then finally, BSc 790 is Research in Medical Behavioral Science, and I'll talk a bit more about that in a moment. Across these courses, there are several common themes. The first is that each of the courses is intended to be student-centered. That means the aim of each of the courses is to help you advance your research. So there will be opportunities to further your research skills and apply what you're learning to your particular research topic. You'll find that most of these courses are offered in a very interactive, discussion-based format. However, they all include a fair amount of reading and written assignments. Really, the readings and written assignments are intended to both help you gain knowledge, but also to develop the skills that you need. Those written assignments are critical in helping you to apply what you're learning. So you'll be developing concrete skills in designing a study, writing a grant application, and preparing an IRB, or Institutional Review Board application. I said I'd talk a little bit more about BSc 790 because it is different from the other core requirements. So unlike the others, which are more traditional kinds of classes, BSc 790 is a mentored research experience. You can take BSc 790 in any semester. It's offered every spring, summer, and fall semester. However, it's an independent study course, which means when you register for 1 credit hour of BSc 790, you should expect to spend about 48 hours of work on your research over the course of the semester. We estimate for 2 credits of BSc 790, that's about 96 hours, and 3 credits of BSc 790 would translate to about 144 hours across the semester. So if you need to register for BSc 790 and for the certificate, you would need at least 1 credit hour of this course. There really are 4 steps. The first is you need to identify a faculty supervisor. This is usually going to be your research mentor. You should meet with your mentor to define expectations, including your research goals, any specific deliverables like written documents that will be due at the end of the semester, and set up expectations around how frequently that you'll meet. Once you've had that meeting with your research mentor, please email me at hannahknutson@uky.edu. Be sure to CC your faculty supervisor on that email. And all you need to do is let me know in a few sentences what the summary of your research project for the semester will be. And then once you've done that, we'll coordinate with Sarah Treberg so that you receive permission to register once your plan for the course has been approved by me. You'll need to determine whether you want to complete the certificate in 1 year or 2 years. A 1-year plan is possible, but do note that it will be more time intensive than spreading out the courses across 2 years. But let's say you want to take a 1-year sequence to complete the certificate. In the first semester, we recommend that you take BSc 731, that's the methods course, BSc 625, which is biostatistics, and BSc 733, which is the seminar in clinical and translational science. Then in your second semester, you'd register for BSc 732, interdisciplinary protocol development, BSc 534, which is the ethics course, and BSc 790, which is the independent study course focused on you conducting your research under the supervision of your mentor. Couple of notes about the 1-year sequence. First, BSc 731 is a prerequisite for 732, so that's why we're recommending the order that you see on the slide. The other thing to note is that BSc 733 and 790 can easily be reversed in the 1-year sequence. And then for the 2-year sequence, basically you're taking 1 3-credit-hour course per semester, as well as finding 2 semesters where you can fit in the 1-credit 733 seminar and another semester for the BSc 790 independent research. So again, because 731 is a prerequisite for 732, we recommend semester 1 starting with 731, and then in semester 2 taking 732, and then moving into semester 3 taking BSc 534, and finally in semester 4 taking BSc 625. In terms of how to register, it starts with understanding the registration window. This is something that we don't have control of in the certificate program, so you need to check out the UK Registrar's website to determine when your registration window is. You'll also need to use the online UK Graduate Catalog to identify the course director for each upcoming course. Our courses require permission of the instructor to register, so you'll simply email the course director for a given course before your registration window closes. In that email, please tell them that you are in the certificate program and request their permission to register. They will quickly approve you because we give priority to our certificate, master's, and PhD students in the clinical and translational science program. Once you receive the approval from the course director, please forward that email to Sarah Treberg, who is our curriculum coordinator. She will then give you permission to register and basically unlock the UK system. You'll go then to My UK to actually register for the course, starting at student services, navigating to degree planning and registration, and then searching for your course in the course catalog and finishing off the registration. Sarah Treberg, our curriculum coordinator, is fantastic at navigating systems at UK. So if you need help, please reach out to her. She'd be more than happy to assist you and give you more detailed instructions around registration. One important reminder: to stay active in the certificate program, you must register for at least 1 credit hour every fall and every spring semester. So what we recommend, if you have a semester where you are unable to attend one of the 3 credit hour courses, so long as you are actively engaged in research with your mentor, you are able to register for at least 1 credit hour of BSc 790. That's the independent study course entitled Research in Medical Behavioral Science. So if you're unable to attend any of the main 3 credit hour courses, please do register for BSc 790 using the instructions I discussed earlier. And then lastly, to finish the certificate, there's 2 parts. First, you must complete the required 14 credit hours of the core curriculum that I just described. But second, you must apply for the certificate in order for it to appear on your official transcript. This means you need to log into MyUK and submit an application. Inside the program guide for the certificate program, there is a link to more detailed instructions. And Sarah Treberg, the curriculum coordinator, can also help you to navigate this process of finishing off the application for your certificate so that it shows up on your transcript. We've reached the end of the orientation. We want you to be successful. So if you have any questions, you can always email me at hannah.knutson@uky.edu. In addition, feel free to reach out to Sarah Treberg. She's the curriculum coordinator for the Department of Behavioral Science, and her email address is sarah.treberg@uky.edu. We're here to help, and we want you to be successful. Thanks for your attention.